Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaylin and I own Ollie's Crochet, where we sell patterns, plushies, and more. Today is Thursday, October 23rd, and I have not been crocheting a ton this week, but I have gotten some things done since I last really showed you guys an update of what I've made. The last thing that I showed you guys was some little jellycats that I made, jellycat bunnies, and I have two more to show you, as well as the scarf that I made. So like I said, that's not much at all because last week's video was really just like a sit down and chat video with no crocheting at all. So only 3 finished products to update you guys with is not much, but it's for good reason. I have been packing up our house. Just yesterday, I packed 22 large boxes from U-Haul because we're listing our house on the market soon, and it's really hard to sell a house or move when you have a small business like this because there's so many things in my office that I use daily that cannot be packed. So there's still so much that is gonna have to be done when the house actually sells and we're moved out of here. It's definitely gonna be a little bit rough crocheting out of boxes for a little bit because we don't have a set closing date on our next house yet. It's under construction, so it's definitely a weird little buffer that we're gonna be in, and I'm very nervous about that and very nervous about how the whole YouTube and vlogging thing is going to go in the meantime, because crocheting out of boxes is not going to be ideal. I'm not going to have access to all of my supplies for a little bit. It's going to be a weird time. My first house that I sold, I didn't even have my crochet business at all, so it was really easy, but this one I'm nervous about. So hopefully you guys can stick with me and bear with me for the coming months. Hopefully it's not a super long span between our house selling and the new house being done, and then there's not an awkward buffer period of me not knowing what the heck to make or being able to make things. Right now I'm not packing because my toddler's asleep, so it would definitely wake her up. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys both what I made and then some stuff that came in that I am excited for. The first thing that came in is this crochet pillow from Everything Crochet, and I have been using it. So you just unbuckle it and put it around your waist. I actually use it in the car sometimes to crochet, which is very comfortable because I'm really big on like hunching and bad posture when I crochet, especially in the car. I sit in the back seat with my daughter. Her and I are like kind of playing the whole time, and when I'm getting any crochet done, it's not comfortable in the back seat because we have a truck with a really small back seat. It's a Tacoma, and it's like not comfortable at all. I actually hate it, but this makes it a lot easier, and I can sit comfortably in the back and crochet, and then I use it in bed and stuff too, and I have slept on it a couple times, but it's really cute. It's nice. It says I need more yarn on it, and then it's gray on the back with pink font. There, it was upside down, but I want to show you guys that. It's very cute, and this is something that I got. It's honestly very similar to my pregnancy pillow. Like, it feels a lot like it, so when I have another child, this actually might come in handy for that. Another thing I got in the mail is a couple of these bags that I designed. I'm going to be posting them on my website soon, but they say Happy Mail. I think they're adorable. I just designed them on Canva with some different graphics that they have, and it's all mail related graphics that I thought were cute, pink and colorful, and then some little glittery stars on it. So it says Happy Mail, and it's a pretty good size just so you can fit some packages in it when you go to the post office. The dimensions are 19 inches by 15 inches. So like I said, it's a pretty good size, and this is how big it is, so you can fit a pretty good amount of packages in here. Of course, depending on how big the packages are, it's good if you have maybe like 5 or 6 plushie packages you can fit in here, and it opens up to be pretty wide on the bottom, you can see there. So it's a good little bag to take for your mail orders. I will have these on my website very soon. Actually, by the time this video is posted on Monday, they are going to be on my site, so if you would like to shop them, they will be there. I did not get a ton of them. I think I only got 8 of them just to kind of test it out and see how they do, and I'll probably bring them to my next market that is coming up in November. This is just a little close-up of exactly what it looks like. There's some teals, mustard, but mainly pink is what I wanted to stick with. There's some teal and mustard, but mainly pink is the color that I wanted to stick with, and it's just on a plain white background. Okay, so now getting to everything that I made this week, and really also a little bit of next week, but let me show you. So first is this little jellycat. It's just another crochet version of the Bashful Bunny. This one is in the Bernat Ombre yarn. I don't know the skein color, and I don't know if I have any more of these with the label on them, so I will have to check. I do think it came out super cute. The only thing I don't love is, even though it's ombre, it's a very drastic color change within the skein. It doesn't actually ombre to another color. It just kind of switches to it. You can kind of see there it's slightly more ombre in the back, but not really. So that's the only thing I don't like about those skeins, but I wasn't sure what to make with it. I do think actually they would make a good anchor for the octopus, and I have the pattern for that. I just haven't gotten around to it. I haven't had time to yet, but that is something that I definitely want to make in the future. So yes, I made this little jelly cat pattern. I think it's so cute. I'm loving this pattern. And then this one also, I don't think I showed you guys this one yet. I think I showed you one that was with the snow cone yarn from Premier but brown, and this is the snow cone in yellow. And I decided to do a little pop of color with the nose, so I did the blue, which I think looks really, really good with it, and that nose just blends right in. Just a recap, these are the jellycats that were in my video about 2 weeks ago, I believe. So this is them all together. They're very, very cute, and I think at my market I'm gonna have a little jellycat section, so maybe I'll have time to squeeze out a few more, but I don't know yet. It is November 22nd, so just under a month away, because like I said, today's the 23rd, so who knows, maybe I can get another one in. We'll have to see. The next thing I made is a Lorelai Gilmore inspired scarf. So this is not a scarf that she has worn in the show, like it's not one similar to one that I've seen her wear, but I just had this skein of yarn and it reminded me of her, and I think it's because it's a very fall centered show. It feels like that show is perfect for fall, and I just started watching it about 2 weeks ago. I'm on season 4. I've never seen it before, and it is so good. I can't believe I've never seen it. But this is the scarf. So I ran out of this color. I was gonna make the whole one out of this color, ran out, and it's a different stitch that I've never tried before. I believe it's called the scallop stitch, and to be honest, I don't love the stitch with a variegated yarn like I thought I would. At least not a yarn that is this heavily variegated where the colors switch so quickly. But I do think if it was a variegated yarn that is an ombre, a true ombre, like there are some red heart ombres, I think that would be gorgeous with this kind of stitch. But you can kind of see it better with this color. This is like more of a mauve kind of color, and I wanted one when I ran out that would not match it perfectly but would more so complement it. So it doesn't look good with my outfit right now because I just threw on a hoodie because it's chilly out today and I don't have anything like aesthetic on or a cute outfit at all. I think with the right sweatshirt, like maybe a gray or a dark purple sweatshirt, something that would complement the scarf, I think it would look really cute. So this is just something that I think Lorelai Gilmore would wear. I love it. I think it's adorable, and the only thing that I would change is that maybe I would not do the same stitch in a yarn that, like I said, is so heavily variegated, but I think the stitch is gorgeous in this color. This stitch is a yarn eater. I will link the YouTube video of where I learned how to do it because that's what I did. I watched a tutorial because I'm not familiar with different crochet stitches like this that are really a bunch of steps to make a different shape. I guess that's really like my best way to explain it. I'm not familiar with them. Like the waffle stitch, I totally forgot how to do it. So this is not my norm. It's not something that I normally do, but I do love it. I also think that maybe I would make this a little bit thinner to be maybe that wide. Maybe I'll make another one of these in a solid color to be a smaller size, and I'll see how that turns out. That won't be this video because this video I think I'm going to make a plushie. Today I have this yarn that I really want to make something with, and I'm kind of thinking about doing a Highland cow. I haven't made a Highland cow in quite a while. It's been a couple years, and they used to be a pretty common make. They were a very popular custom order that I would make for people, and Highland cows look really, really good in Bernat's variegated yarns because the color changes are abrupt in these. It looks great for a cow. So I might do that with this as the accent color. So in the past, when I made this pattern, I used an 8mm hook, and I believe that's what I'm going to do again to make it really large. It becomes jumbo with this size hook, and I will link the pattern. It is by When Crafting Is Life. It is one of my favorite patterns ever. I've made quite a few of these. I have one on hand that's in my office that I will have to show you guys in this video. I made it for my mom's birthday a couple years ago, and now I have it and I cherish it. That is like the one plushie that I will never ever ever let go of. So today we're going to make a blue version of it. The pattern is called Colby the Cow, and I do make a few changes to it, not many but just a couple, which I'll let you guys know what those are as I go along. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the 8mm hook. I think that's probably going to be the best one to use for this. I've been feeling very uninspired lately when it comes to plushies. That's why I've been sticking to like scarves and stuff, because I've just been wanting to work with my acrylic yarn. I haven't known what kind of plushies to make, and after I made these 4 jellycats, I just need a little bit of a break, but I do want to get back to them now. I'm kind of craving them again, but I'm very happy that I found something that I'm inspired by because I've been lacking my Crojo lately big time, and it's definitely nice that I suddenly had a plushie come to mind that I wanted to make again because I missed making them a lot. I just didn't really know what to make. I am going to go ahead and record a little bit of this process for Instagram, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and do that because I cannot multitask when it comes to recording. I struggle with it and it makes my content start to lack heavily, so I'm going to go ahead and record a bit for Instagram and then come back in and check in with you guys when I have a little bit of progress. Hello friends, happy Friday. I have my crochet right here. I'm working working on the cow, and I got a lot more done than I thought I would. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what we are working with so far. I have it all in my tote bag, so it's taking a minute to get out, but let me show you guys where we're at. So I'm posting this online as like a mystery jumbo plushie right now. So I'm only revealing to you guys what it is, but it should be revealed by Monday by the time this is out, because I expect to be done with it hopefully by tomorrow. This is the head so far. I have not finished it. I think I have 2 or 3 more rows that are really small, just decreasing rows, because I need to stuff it and I don't have the stuffing with me, and I hate stuffing, so I'm kind of putting it off till the end. I also made the tail. I do modify the tail as I go, so the last couple of rounds that are just repeat single crochet rounds, I don't do at all, because I prefer this plushie with the short stubby tail. I wanted to show you guys though that the head is huge. It still has to be stuffed, so it's going to be even larger, but it is absolutely massive. It's bigger than my head now, and the head, I believe with this pattern, if I remember correctly, it is the largest part, but still the rest of the pattern is really large. I'm working on the body now, which is going to also be huge. This is what I have done so far, and I'm still not done with the base of it. I have another increase round that I'm working on, and then from that point it's going to single crochet up a little bit and then start to decrease. So I think the goal for today is going to be to finish the body and then start on the legs. I'm still not going to get any stuffing out because I'm not going to finish the head probably until like tonight. I might stay up a little bit tonight to work on it and stuff it, because I don't like to stuff around my daughter also, because she likes to try to take the stuffing and shove it in her mouth, and that's obviously not okay. So I try not to stuff around her because it upsets her when I don't let her play with it. But we're going to go ahead and get to crocheting and see how far we can get, because right now she's napping, so we'll see how much we can actually get done while she's asleep. But I have my Gilmore Girls on my laptop. Season 4 is crazy. I'm loving it so much. And my pattern on my laptop as well. I'm kind of toggling back and forth between the two. So I'm going to go ahead and go into time-lapse mode for a few minutes and check in with you guys again when we have some more progress. It is 3 p.m. I have been awake since 6 a.m. with my daughter, and I just got her down for her first nap. It has been a day, but I have been working hard and crocheting a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I have done so far, and then we'll probably do like a little time lapse of me still working on this project. So you saw the head, which I'm gonna go ahead and stuff and hopefully finish up today because I have my stuffing with me. I finished up the body, which I started stuffing. I have to stuff it some more, but I'll probably finish stuffing it completely when I'm sewing it, just so I can be sure that it's nice and firm at the top and not wobbly at all. So as you can see, it's going to be pretty large right there. That's going to be the head and the body. It won't be flat. It will look better once it's fully stuffed and sewn on, but you get the idea. And then I finished up mostly the 4 legs. So the 2 front legs are longer than the 2 back legs, if I can figure out which is which here, I think. Okay, these are the 2 front legs. These are the 2 back legs. The 2 back legs, you just skip 2 rows from it and it makes it about the same. So all I have to do is stuff these, do a decrease round at the top, and then sew them shut or crochet them shut. And then same as yesterday, the ears and the tail are done. So we're gonna go ahead and stuff these bad boys and go ahead and sew them shut or crochet them shut. I don't know why I keep saying that. I probably shouldn't have waited till this long to stuff them because the top is pretty small, the opening, but I do this all the time where I wait till the very end and I don't leave myself enough space to like actually get my hand in the plushie to stuff it. So I always struggle a little bit here. So you're just gonna come along and watch me struggle, I guess. Okay, it's not too bad actually. So this is the first leg. You can see there's the little indent there. They're pretty good shape, so I'm just gonna go ahead and crochet this shut. So this is one leg fully done. I believe this is one of the front legs because it looks a little bit longer. Yeah, this is a front leg fully done. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the process 3 more times. right, so we got the 4 legs done. They are stuffed and sewn shut. I stuffed them pretty firmly. I think in the past I usually stop stuffing like around this point, but I decided to just go a little bit higher and get lighter with the stuffing so it's not as dense at the top and it has some leeway for it to move around and be more cuddly. But otherwise we stuffed them pretty firm. They are massive, so the legs are huge. They're actually quite heavy. These are really big. You can see compared to my head, they're huge. I cannot wait to see how big this plushie comes out. And I honestly think that the next one of these I might make with a 9mm hook and my Lion Brand yarn. I have a Lion Brand cover story that is very thick and I cannot use an 8mm with it. It's just too dense of a yarn. So I think that I might use my 9mm hook, which I'll just probably swap this one out for a 9. I think I'm going to do that, make it even larger. The only thing is for the hoof piece or the foot or whatever it's called, I am going to have to get a demi pearl. I believe that is the closest to Big Twist that they make now. If it's not the same as Big Twist, they just changed the name. I don't know exactly, but I need to find a yarn that's as dense as that Lion Brand cover story that's not Sweet Snuggles. I don't love working with Sweet Snuggles all the time. I prefer the blanket yarn rather than the chenille yarn. So I'm gonna have to find that because that will turn out really, really big. It'll be a lot bigger than this one. And in this video, I still am gonna show you the comparison of the other Bernat blanket Highland that I have, and we'll see if this is actually bigger or if I'm just remembering it wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna be significantly larger than that one. And that one, I think I also used an 8mm hook. So I don't know why it's coming out so much larger, but it is, but who knows? Maybe I used a 6.5mm hook and don't remember, but I could have sworn I used an 8. The next piece I need to crochet is going to be the horns, and I'm kind of debating. I know I said I was going to do white because that is like the traditional Highland cow color. However, I'm considering doing this blue color instead. I'm kind of debating it. I don't know if it would look good for the horns, but I think I'm going to do it. It complements it pretty well. It almost matches that color, but not exact. It's a little bit darker, and this is more of a sagey tone to it, more of a green. I guess you could even say it's like a warmer blue, or I'm debating doing navy, but I think the lighter color would look better for horns, and I think I'm just gonna go for it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do it, see if I like it, and if I hate it, I could always cut them off. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and try to do because I have very limited white yarn and I don't wanna use it right now. And you know, I actually used to always modify these, but they look pretty good on the pattern as far as like they work for a Highland cow. So I don't think I'm gonna mod them because I don't remember exactly what I did to mod them and I was gonna freehand it. So I think I might skip the modification and just follow the horns exactly on here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow the horns exactly. So if you ever wanna make this same cow in the future, you can do the ears like I said, where you skip the front piece, you don't do the white, and you just only do the back piece and slip stitch around. And then for the tail, I do not do rows 9 to 18. So for the tail, I stop at row 8. Let's go ahead and make these horns and see how they come out. Scissors right in front of me, but I keep snapping the yarn instead of cutting it and it hurts so bad. I don't know why Bernat blanket is so hard to rip sometimes, but it's like leaving a dent in my pinky. You know how some people have the iPhone dent? I have a yarn dent from snapping it all the time. Anyway, this is the 2 horns. I actually think I like this color a lot for them. I really hope when it's attached I like them because I don't want to have to cut them off, but I will if I have to. But I think that that will look good for the horns because it's a very trust the process thing, and they're also not placed in the right spot probably. But like that with all the Highland cow hair in between them, and of course it'll have the eyes, the ears attached, everything like that. I think that color will look really good. The thing that brings this plushie all together is the hair. It's what makes it a Highland and it looks so, so good. So I think that this is going to look good. I think it's going to complement it well and look really good. It might be, I don't think it's too close. I think it's going to look good. I'm going to trust the process and we'll go from there. So up next, I need to add the safety eyes to the cow. I was thinking about just stuffing it and embroidering the eyes at the end, but I don't know if I want to do that. I might just, I don't know. I think I'm going to stuff it and do embroidered eyes at the end. One, because I don't have my safety eyes on hand that are large enough. I only have my 12mm in the room with me. And 2, because it makes it easier to sew the head on when you can place the embroidered eyes after. Makes my life a lot easier. So I think that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Okay, the head is done and it's all stuffed, but I gotta shape it a little bit so it's not pointy. All right, there it is. This is the head all done, and all I have left to do is sew it together and put on the hair and embroider the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on this. I think for the sewing portion, I'm gonna do it for my Instagram so I can add to my series that I have going on, and then I will come back and show you guys the progress. Hopefully it's today. Hopefully it's the same day, but it could be tomorrow. You'll know because I'm wearing different clothes and whatever, but hopefully I can get this done before my daughter wakes up. We will see what happens. I'll be back. Okay, I feel like I'm losing daylight right now. The lighting is pretty terrible, but it's still bright outside, so I don't know what's going on. But I got everything sewn together and it is stinking huge. This is so heavy. I honestly don't know how much I'm gonna sell this one for. It is definitely larger than the other ones I've made. I grabbed my mom, so I'm gonna show that to you guys real quick. This is the one that I made for my mom several years ago. So I feel like I am definitely a better crocheter now. So right here, this I just noticed is an end where I tucked the arm in. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this because this has to last forever because it's like a keepsake now and a good memory of mine. So I'm also going to trim the hair very differently on the next one. I liked the messier look with some being longer now, but you can't even see the eyes. So that's something I'm definitely gonna fix, or not fix. I'm leaving this one as is because my mom loved it, but I'm doing this one different. And then I also did the horns differently. These, it looks like they're crocheted. They might be inside out, honestly. The stitches, I think they're inside out. So that's something that I'm definitely better at now because I know the right way that your crocheted plushies should be. So that is one mistake I made in the past, but everything else honestly looks pretty good. The color changes I did myself, I like them a lot. My mom's favorite colors were pink and brown, so that's what I did for this. And as you can see, this one is a lot larger. This one is also a lot heavier. It is significantly larger, so I must have used a different hook size because I think that my tension wouldn't make that much of a difference. I know I'm crocheting this one slightly looser, but it's not significant, and it's the exact same yarn, but it is a lot bigger and, like I said, so much heavier. So it is a big difference. I love them both though. I really think they're cute. I think these are my favorite plushies that I make. They're just so much fun, and I love how big and floppy they are. It is really, like, I feel like the camera is not even doing it justice for how big it actually is. But I am gonna go ahead and fix these ends real quick because this is horrendous and I don't know what on earth happened here. I went ahead and fixed those ends. That makes me nervous. I really hope plushies that I've sewn in the past, I didn't weave in the end that way. Who knows? I don't. But anyway, this is the plushie so far. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the hair. This is another thing that I'm gonna film for Instagram, so I'm not gonna film it here. It's also really tedious and a long process, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it all tonight. I'm gonna have to see, but I am gonna go ahead and get started on that probably. And then this guy should be done. I'm also gonna embroider the eyes, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow morning when it is all done. Good morning, you guys. Happy Monday. It is currently about 10 a.m. and my YouTube video is supposed to be posted at 8 a.m., but I just finished the plushie, so I'm running a little bit behind. But I wanted to show you guys the final product. I embroidered the eyes last night. That was really all I could stay up late to do. I've had a headache for days off and on, and it hit again last night, so I decided to just go to bed early, but this is it all done. These are the eyes. It definitely took some trial and error, but I think I like them like this. I wanted them to be a little bit large to where they kind of stick off like safety eyes do. They're almost 3D rather than flush to the head of the cow. Let me know your guys' honest opinion on the eyes and if you think I should redo them because I am curious. I want this to be really a great project and a final product that is loved by everybody. So let me know if you think I should redo the eyes, and I will. I want honest feedback on those because, as I have said a million times, embroidered eyes are not my thing. I haven't perfected them yet. So mastering embroidered eyes is still a work in progress, and I definitely would like some feedback on that. This is the other one. I tried to do the white line behind it with the little white piece in the middle, so I'm hoping it looks good, but I do love the hair. I just finished up the hair now. For the hair, I did 4 rows of double-stranded acrylic yarn, and I literally just tie it in knots. I cut each strand to probably be like roughly 8 to 10 inches. I don't make them perfect because I trim them all the end, and I like when there's a little bit of texture throughout to make it look a little bit layered and messier rather than so perfect. But you can see here is the first row, the second row, third row, and then the fourth row is down here. It's a little bit hard to see with all the hair on it, but that's all it is. It's just 4 rows of tying yarn in knots. It's really easy. I love it. I think it came out so cute, and this is the final product. I'm gonna go ahead and stand up to show you guys a little bit better just so you can see how big it is because I feel like the camera really does not even do it justice. Ignore the little mess back here. I've been going through my dresser seeing what I need to pack up and whatnot, so pretend that's not there. But this is how large it is compared to me. It is huge. Even its head is a little bit bigger than mine. The body is bigger than my head. Like, it is a massive, massive plushie. It is very heavy. I don't know what I'm gonna sell these ones for, but I wanna make a couple, and I think it would be so fun to do a restock of these online, but restocks scare me a little bit because the first time I did one was like 3 years ago and it totally flopped, so I'm scared to do them again. But I do love how it came out. I think it is so cute, and I cannot wait to make some more of these. Let me know some color suggestions or some other jumbo plushies that you would like me to make. I have a couple things on my list. My nephew's first birthday is coming up soon, so I think I'm gonna try to make him a jumbo mallard. It would be totally free-handed because I don't think I know of any jumbo mallard mallard plushies, but I think that's something that I'm gonna do for his first birthday because that's like the theme of his room is mallard. So that's probably another jumbo plushie that will be coming to my YouTube channel very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you loved crocheting with me. I always love crocheting with you guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, as always, what you would like to see in the future, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!